introduces.
So, okay, so Paul, I went to pick up, I went to see another prisoner on a one-to-one basis in the special visit at Forest Bank, and let's see, the kid's called P, and he was 33 years old. He'd been using for 20 years. He was about 8 stone, you know, and you could see that he was underweight. You know, his problem was opiates, but he had a massive problem with amphetamine, you know, and he was hungry to get out and use amphetamine. You know, he was saying, I like using it, you know, and that type of stuff. And he had a big black eye, you know, he'd had some trouble on the landings, and, you know, and I asked him about that, you know, and he was vulnerable, you know, and he, you know, he'd been getting smacked around a little bit. You know, this is on the landing.
What offences was he in?
It was theft from a council yard.
Right.
He'd only 12 weeks. He'd been because he'd been given an alternative to custody, but he broke that by doing this charge, and had to do 12 weeks. So he was only doing 6 weeks, so it was a small time to work with. But he'd been clean in there, and he'd only used a little bit of mamba spice stuff. And the odd line of gear he'd had, you know, but he was clean, you know. But what he was saying was around his amphetamine use. You know, I like using it and I want to use it, you know. But I spoke to him around his environment of what he was getting out to, you know, and his girlfriend was dysfunctional, you know. It wasn't that safe, you know, and she was up to all kinds, and it wasn't safe. But the more I spoke about the recovery community, you know, and spoke to him around, you can change, you like 20 years, haven't you had enough? You know, we can do something here. He got emotional, you know, and he was going, I've had enough, you know, and he was just wanting someone to reach out and say, come on, lad, you know, and it was, you know, it was nice, you know, but that he was reaching out, you know, for a bit of help. And I said to him, and he was getting out on the Thursday, and I went on the Tuesday, but I was going to Kirkin prison on the Thursday, so we had to get a volunteer to go in my place, right, from Inspire.
Okay.
So, which was unfortunate, you know, because I would like to have met him myself, you know.
And how did you have an opportunity to tell him that you wouldn't be there at that gate?
Yeah.
And what was his reaction?
You know, his reaction was, you know, okay, you know, because he wasn't going to say, oh, I want you to be there, you know. It was like, okay, that's what you think. But what I did say is, we've got also another recovery coach in Nelson that knows the area and knows everything that's going on in the recovering community, and we can get him to meet up, and he was ready for it.
Do you know what's happened since?
No. Emma Foster will have the details for that. I wasn't given the feedback after.
Yesterday she picked him up.
But you could see he wanted to engage, you know.
Sorry, Paul. From a recovery coach point of view, on that. So learning from the first one, the engagement on, you know, inside, definitely. What do you think would have been benefit on that second one?
On the second one, if I would have went personally.
What would you done with him when you picked him up?
Well, you know, in the training that we've done, it's about having an hour or something like that. Now, you know, I have got boundaries, but you know, I would like to took him along to something, and you know, where there was a recovering community, maybe the Aroma Cafe, where there was a few people knocking about. You know, so, you know, because that first day is so important.
Of course,
I would have spent as much time as I could with them. You know, whether it was an hour, you know, and had a really good chat and introduced them to a couple of people. That's what I would have done. You know, but you know, I would have, you know, so it rubs off on him. You know, but it was the environment that he was going back to, what was concerning the most. You know.
So some work could probably be done there, couldn't it?
Yeah, you know, for a safe environment, so at least he's going to be safe, you know, and it just seemed a little bit mixed up for what he was getting out to. You know, maybe the conditions around on his licence where it's not a safe environment. You know, and be put in place. You know, but what was good as well is he was given a chance to know that that isn't a taxi. He was given a chance to realise that that wasn't a taxi, it was a taxi for help. You know, by building that rapport, and we're going to be suggesting to him we can do this, we can do that. You know, and he knew, he would have been knowing what he was getting out to, where the second time the kid had already made his mind up.
Well, that's brilliant, that.
You know.
Thanks, Paul.